Welcome back. We been sharing with you tonight a roller coaster of good grief. We've covered a lot of topic in the direction here of grief, and I'm almost done with it. And what I'm probably going to do is finish up in this next segment here about grief, and then we're going to transition to some breaking news. I wanted to cover this first. Miranda felt like she should go ahead and talk about Randy, and originally I was going to have this at the end, but we changed it up. So we're going to keep going here with it. A lot of it's like praise and compliments, like attaboys, attaboy, attaboy Luther, a lot of funny stuff,
They don't even know what we're talking about.
Everybody,
it is an inside joke. We'll have to share it with you later.
Everybody likes to be approved by others and be seen as smart, strong, mature, savvy individuals. But, when John's infant son died, it tore him apart. You can hear comments such as, "You and your wife should be grateful that you can have other children. It was just not meant to be. You're strong enough to handle it." You know what? Intellectually, these statements are good, and they don't help John with his feelings. They don't. He didn't want to hear about his feelings, and he didn't want to be alone. And the question is how honestly can someone like John share his feelings to a person that talks in this way, saying you're strong enough to handle it, without driving his listeners away? Some people say, "Oh, you'll do better next time," or "This wasn't right for you." And I remember when I was in high school, I grew up with my grandmother, and when I asked her how she was doing, she would tell me where she hurt all over. And I did that too. And my youth pastor told me, "You need to just tell people that you're fine. Just say, 'Good morning, you're fine.' Don't say anything to anyone." And I had a conflicting problem with this. That I couldn't tell anyone at school or anyone at church my problems, because they said I would tell them, "Hey, this is what's going on, this is how I'm trying to deal with it, and this is what I'm working on." And they said, "Well, people just don't want to hear that." And unfortunately, it is true.
When they say, how do you do?
So when you hear, "I'm fine," "Good morning, have a good day, how you doing?" "I'm alright," and they just keep going. Most likely that person's lying to you. It's like when we go to work. You have to put on this persona of a mask and just do these things. How many people have been through a fast food line? Raise your hand. "Hello, thank you for taking your order. This is Burger Jeremy Steakhouse. How may I help you?" "That is 2 chicken cheeseburgers." And they come to the line. And they come to the line and say, "That'll be $4.95, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day." And that's the whole talk, the whole day. "Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you. Have a nice day." They probably don't feel like really saying, "Thank you. Having a nice day." We are taught as a society and as a people that we have to just do these things, and we have to be this way and act this way, and you can't. When you're grieving, and you can see it probably on Miranda, you experience a massive loss of energy. One of the things that I normally do when I deal with grief and I'm depressed, I like to sleep more. I could sleep probably almost 24 hours, if not more. And I've done it before. When my mom died, I slept more. And here's the catchphrase, opposite side though. When you finally sleep, you're going to turn around and come out as a rocket booster taking off to go to wherever, and you're going to be awake. You're going to start talking really fast. No one's going to understand what you're saying because they don't know what you're doing. You can just keep going fast, And your mind's going 90 miles an hour, and you have all these thoughts in your head, and you have all these different things going on, and miscommunication, misdirection, missteps. And I want Miranda to check on the time because I'm going to finish this up here. This is part 2. Prepare for change. And how to start to recover. And for those of you out there, if you missed everything else, you need to hear these 3 things I'm going to say. I suggest you write them down. First, you must and have to acknowledge a problem exists. You may need to write it down. That's why I'm saying write it down. You have to acknowledge that the problem is associated with your loss. Not with your coworker, not with your spouse, but the root of the problem. Now, if you're having problems with a relationship that could be leading to divorce, that's the root of your problem, possibly, unless something else is going on. Number 3, you acknowledged by beginning to read, whether it's I suggest you read your Bible, and you get involved in church, and you get connected with other people that can help you. And when you get to that step, when you can take those actions, and you outstretch your hand and say, please help me, to somebody, you are taking action to complete your grief. You have to choose to want to recover. You have to choose who is responsible. You cannot, you have to choose whether you're going to do this in a partnership or you're going to work this on your own. I suggest not doing it on your own. I suggest finding a partner. I suggest, meeting with people and be completely honest with these people about what's going on. And no one's opinion about your situation is more important than your own, because only you know how you feel about the situation. Now, if you're going to allow that person to give you advice on how to deal with that situation, that's a whole different situation. There's different things that you have to do. Some people say, get a hold of yourself. You can't fall apart. Keep a stiff upper lip. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, little man. We understand how you feel. Be thankful you have other children. The living must go on. He's in a better place. All things must pass. She led a good life. God will never give you more than you can handle. You shouldn't be angry at God. These are examples and lists of things that you can go through. And you must remind yourself the steps and the plans that happen. And have short-term goals, to reach these long-term goals on how you can recover in yourself and how you can do the things that you need to do for yourself. Because I'm telling you, grief is not something you should do on your own. And you honestly need to focus on what God can do and how He can help you and direct you to the place that you need to be. We're going to take one more break and we'll return.